Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time, but I'm back with a new video, and today we're going to try some new makeup. There is some skincare items there as well that I want to try out on camera, and I have tried out some new products. Now these products, they have been out for a while, but they are new to me, and I've included some skincare items there as well, so you'll see my first impressions on camera. And hopefully if you like these kinds of videos, give me a thumbs up and I'll do more of these, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so we're going to start off with some skincare, and I'm going to try some new stuff. Obviously this is what the whole video is about, so some of this stuff I don't even know how to use it. I think we'll start with this. This is vitamin C paste, and it looks like a quick morning mask. It protects and corrects in one. So this is from Elixir Skin. This is one of the freebies I got in my Cult Beauty order. So it says warm a pea size of paste in the palm of clean hands and apply to your face, eye contour, lips, neck and décolleté. Massage with damp fingers, leave for a few minutes and rinse with clean towel mitt. Okay, so I've got a clean face. I just took my makeup off. And I've got clean hands, clean face. It's very sort of like a jelly. I'm warming it up. Oh, it's quite thick. Whoa, that is thick. It didn't feel that thick when it came out. And I haven't got a mirror. Oh, it's a bit like Vaseline on my face. And it's got a bit of a menthol smell, almost like it's Vicks and Vaseline mixed together. But it's not as strong as Vicks, obviously. It doesn't smell medicinal. So this is meant to correct my skin. It neutralizes oxidized sebum and proteins to revive greyish, greenish and dull skin undertones. Scavenges free radicals and provides natural sunscreen against UVA and UVB. That's really good. Alright, so I'm going to leave it on for a few minutes and I'll rinse it off. I'm just going to put it on my hands. My face looks like, you know, when you're a Bengali child and your mum puts oil on your face before school. Look at that natural glow. So I've wiped that off with a damp cloth and it feels quite moisturised and plump. Yeah, it feels really good. I always have dry, cracked lips, so it's done well for my lips. I'm not sure about the correcting business. Maybe if I left it on for like 10 minutes. I only left it on for like 5 minutes. But maybe over time, because it is sort of skincare, it's not going to do it in one go. It's not one of those that you can leave on under your makeup. Right, moving on to the next thing. I'm going to use, now this, I'm not sure what it is exactly. Ultimune Power Infusing Concentrate. Okay, no pump. It is sample size, so what do you expect? But I would have preferred it to be just a plastic squeezy bottle. How am I supposed to get this out now? Whoa! Very runny. It smells expensive. I am going to look so good after this expensive stuff. Again, that was one of my free products from my Cult Beauty Goody Bag. So it is a very runny product, but it sinks into the skin really well. And I've just got like a tacky feeling now. So I think that's a good base for my makeup as well. And then I think this will be the last skincare item. This is the Dr. Dennis Gross Hyaluronic Marine Do It All Eye Gel. So another sample size. How do you bloody open this? Oh, greasy fingers! Yes, so this is a sample size, but it's still got a pump, which I love. And because it's eye serum and eye gel, you need the teeniest amount. Oh, yellow, that's probably enough for both eyes. I see people do this all the time. It just feels really nice and hydrating. Okay, skincare done. Obviously, I have no idea how good these products are. They smell great, they feel high-end, but it's only after a few uses, maybe after a month or two of continuous use, you'll notice the difference. But so far, I quite like them. And that's the thing with this goodie bag, you'll try brands that you never would have picked up otherwise before. And if I do like any of these products, I can always get the full size version. Okay, so now moving on to actual makeup. This again was one of the things that I got in my Cult Beauty goodie bag, and this is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector, light to medium, which is not my skin tone, but let's try it out. I'm looking for a new corrector because I've been using the e.l.f. one, the crayon one, and I just don't like the consistency of it, and it's a bit too much of a bright orange. This again is so expensive to buy on its own. This is a good way to try it out because it's comfrey. Now this is so pink. Very pink. I think it would be great for lighter skin tones, but let's see. I'm just opening up this Hourglass, casually opening up my Hourglass ambient lighting thing, and it's the limited edition one. It's so shiny you can't see. The lighting edit unlocked, so I'm just using this for the mirror for now. Oh my god, it looks white. What the hell is that correcting? I don't know. It's definitely the wrong shade for me. You know, on Cult Beauty, when you're like a member of their cult, you set up your profile so you can put your shade, your hair color, your eye color, and your skin tone. They should have sent me, you know, this goodie bag according to my skin tone. I'm sure there would have been a lot of deeper skin tones available. Anyway. Whatever, it's a free product. Okay, so it is a very creamy emollient product, but a little does go a long way. It is pigmented. I'm just going to pat it in. I've already got that. Oh, so sticky because of that eye stuff that I put underneath. Oh, it smells weird. It smells like paint. I'm so glad I didn't buy that. Okay, just whatever's left. Like, I always look bad in the colour correcting stage, but this is ridiculous. Okay, let's quickly move on to foundation. So today's foundation is the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. I've never ever tried any Hourglass product before because they are hella expensive, and I thought, okay, I've always wanted to try this Vanish Stick Foundation. Lots of people have talked about it and raved about it. I don't think I've heard a negative review, apart from, yes, it's expensive and you don't get much product for the amount you pay. But this was an excuse to buy all those products that I wanted to that were a bit too expensive, and I get the goodie bag, so it kind of made it worth it. This is how I'm justifying it to myself. Anyway, I got the shade Honey, and I kind of just used Chinute on YouTube as my shade reference. Oh, it feels kind of heavy, like luxury. Yeah, so I use Chinute as my shade reference. I'm in between Chinute and Anchel MUA on YouTube, so I kind of bought this really. It's tiny, it is small. I'm just thinking compared to my Makeup Forever stick foundation, it looks like a good colour. Let's just paint it on. I think that's a good colour match, you know. Thanks, Shiny Date. It's so creamy, and I'm hoping that I'll put a little bit too much because that will mean I can use less, and this little bit of product will go further. Right, I'm going to blend this out with a brush, which is what I've been using a lot lately. I've kind of forgotten all about my beauty blender, and I'm using this e.l.f. brush, foundation blurring brush. It does look a little bit orange now I'm blending it in, but that kind of might be good for my under eyes, which is what I was lacking before. Okay, it just feels really creamy, but not as creamy as my Makeup Forever stick. I felt like that was really creamy. This one is not quite as emollient, and I'm happy with the coverage. I'm not saying it's full coverage, but somewhere in between medium to full. I'm sure you could build that up, and it doesn't feel too sticky afterwards. I'm happy with the way that blended. I'm not sure what to say because it kind of depends on how it wears, how much creasing is involved, skin texture. We'll see that after I've set it. I'm going to skip the concealer because I've not been into that whole concealer thing at the moment. I've just been doing minimal, cover my under eyes, my pigmentation around here, and just setting and doing minimal makeup, so I haven't really bothered with all of that. Maybe I'll just go with another layer under my eyes. I hope this doesn't oxidize because it's already looking quite orange on me. And the next thing I want to use to set my foundation is this Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is so old, like everyone's been talking about this for years. I never went out and bought it, it's too expensive, and I never thought I actually needed it because for some people it has been a little bit on the cakey side. But now that I've got a little sample of it, of course I'm going to try it. I've been loving the Huda Beauty Easy Bake. Loving that, but I did get like the wrong shade. It's a little bit too dark for me for my under eyes. I wanted something a little bit brighter. I got the shade Blondie in that, and it's good for if you want to set your whole face, but under eyes I feel like I need to go one I feel like I need to go one shade lighter for my under eyes. So this translucent powder might be just what I need for my under eyes. It's so small, but this will last me a while, I reckon. Especially if I'm just using it for my under eyes. It's got literally 3 holes in it. I don't know what the full size is like, but this ain't easy. Okay. I don't do baking. I just kind of let it sit under my eyes I just do light dusting and then brush it off quite quickly. Oh god, this brush is so annoying. So I'm literally using this just for my under eyes and the areas that crease around my mouth, because I don't want any creasing there. Obviously this is where I get the deep creasing. I am happy with that. It doesn't look white or ashy under my eyes, and you know, it's a lot of orange going on there. Oh god. Horrible. Ooh. I think if you use this with a light hand, it can definitely work for darker skin tones. Right, now I'm going to move on to this Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette, and this is the one called Unlocked. So I think this is a limited edition one. As soon as I saw it, I thought, yeah, because there's this one and the purple lilac-y one that's out at the moment, and I preferred the look of this. So this is what it looks like. 6 shades. That's a highlight. 2 blushes, I guess that could be a bronzer for lighter skin toned, and setting powders. So I'm going to jump into these setting powders. I am going to use the lighter one for sort of under my eyes, just to see if it gives me a little bit of diffuse light. Oh my god, it's the first time I'm using it. I've been waiting for this moment. Right, so it's set those areas, but I don't really see a sheen. Do you see one? I'm just gonna swatch it. There's no sheen at all really, so it is a real setting powder, because I thought some of these have like a sheen to it, and so you get that lit from within look. So that particular powder was just a powder. And then I'm going into the deeper one here, slightly deeper one, which is about my skin tone, I would say. There's that, which is basically my skin tone. I think I could set my whole face with that. Let's try this bronzer and see if it shows up on my skin. I mean, these pans are so small, look at that. You have to be so careful when you're putting it in there. You can see that? You can actually see that. Way! That's so good. I was so sure that wasn't going to show up on my skin. Yes. Yes, Hourglass. Yes. This was not cheap. So I'm happy to know I can use these shades. So for reference, what my Honey in Hourglass Stick Foundation. In the Makeup Revolution foundation sticks, I'm at F12. MAC foundation about NC42, 44. Huda Beauty, I'm in the shade Tres Leches, I think. Right, let's put on some blush. I'm using this palette to death because it's all about this palette, let's face it. This is so expensive. And it was the first thing that I put into my basket when I went for this Cult Beauty order. And then I put in the foundation stick. And then I was like, what else shall I put in there? I always had my eye on one of these palettes. I'm going to swatch this first. These blushes are very buildable, so it should be hard to go overboard with this. There's the rosy one and there's the peachy one there. I swatched in the wrong place, whatever. Anyway, I need to wear this. So I'm going to go in with the rosy one because I think it's more winter appropriate. Look how dense this brush is. It's like almost a foundation brush. I'm packing it in there. I am dusting off the excess, but let's dust some of that off, shall we? But it's still a nice soft colour. So subtle with the sheen, if there is one. And now I'm going in with highlight. Before I do that though, so this thing was in my goodie bag. This is the Farsali Jelly Beam Illuminator. I had no idea this thing existed. It feels like a full-size product. It's pretty big. Like, again, I would never buy a Farsali product. Everyone's going on about that unicorn elixir and this gold elixir, whatever. But so many dupes have been done. I don't feel the need to go for, I mean, I'm not sold on those gimmicks. Here's my chance to give this brand a go. Oh, wow. Whoa. Right, so how do people put this on? I'm just gonna go in with my finger. Oh, it's so wet. It's basically a liquid highlighter pumped out into a pot. And yeah, I know I powdered the whole of my face, but I don't care. I'm going to try this out. Now this is where I need my beauty blender. I wish I got to blend it out a little bit better before it dried, but hey ho. Yeah, it is a bit tricky to blend this one out. Maybe I'm just using it wrong. Maybe I should blend it on the back of my hand and put it on with a sponge. Yeah, so it looks great and everything. I just wish I could blend it a little bit better. Let me just show you on the back of my hand. Swatch of that. There we go. Super gold. You know, one of these, this will be good for when you use like a matte foundation. You could put a drop of this, mix it in, and it will give you all over illumination. Okay, so back to the Ambient Lighting Powder palette. I'm going in with this highlighting shade. Yeah, I mean, you can see that straight away. So I'm quite happy with this palette actually. I'm just happy that I'm able to use all of these shades. So I'm really happy this is the palette that I picked up because it's not cheap. Oh my god, it's probably the most I've ever spent on one piece of makeup. And I don't think I'm going to rush out and buy any more of these palettes. It is nice and everything, but it's just too much. And there's so many great luminous blushes and powders and bronzers that you can try that are going to work similarly to this. So I really don't think it's worth it unless you get the Cult Beauty goodie bag with it. That's the only time I would say it might be worth it. I did get 3 liquid lipsticks to choose from. So there's the Lime Crime Cashmere, I've got Anastasia Beverly Hills in Crush, and Jouer Longwear Lip Topper in Rose Gold. So I'm not going to use this. Yeah, it's nice and everything, but it's patchy. And it smells nice. Like that vanilla, sweet vanilla cupcake smell. Lime Crime Cashmere looks like a very cool tone brown. That's Anastasia Beverly Hills in Crush. Right, so as I thought, this colour is way too light for me and it makes my teeth look ridiculously yellow. So what I'm going to do is put some of this bronzer on top, see how that looks. Still needs a lip liner. Right, so I just finished off with some lip liner, and I put a little bit of a wing on my eyes as well. So this is the finished look. Very everyday appropriate. So I am happy with these products. It's looking less orange now, that foundation, so it'll be interesting to see how that wears throughout the day. Really happy with the Ambient lighting powders. Just the price again, I don't know if it's justified. It's only justified if you get like £200 worth of products free with that purchase. Otherwise, on its own, if it's not on offer, I don't know if I could tell you guys to go out and buy this. It's just a bit much. The Vanish Stick Foundation is lovely. I can't give you a full review on that yet, but first impressions seems nice. I will say it's a lot better than my Makeup Revolution foundation stick. That one is so emollient. Even on my dry skin, even when I set it, it still creases. And then whenever I touch my face, it comes off. And this, you know, I've set it and it just feels like skin at the moment. I know it looks really dewy with all that other highlighter stuff that I put on top, but I'm not afraid of touching my face, you know what I mean? That's it for today's video. Hopefully you join me on the next one, and I'll see you soon. Bye.